It started with silence, the kind that presses against your chest, the kind that makes your ears ring just to remind you they still work. Mara Hill had driven 6 hours from the city to this old stone cottage in the middle of nowhere. No neighbors, no cars, just fog, fields, and the kind of quiet that makes even a thought feel too loud. She was a writer, or trying to be one. Her editor had given her an ultimatum: finish the novel or lose the contract. So she escaped here into the green nothing to write the last few chapters, alone. The cottage was charming at first glance, ivy-clad, wooden beams, even a little fireplace. But upstairs, the attic had a red door. It was only 4 feet tall, sunken into the far end of the ceiling slope. No knob, no handle, just 3 thick nails across the wood, and a yellowing piece of paper glued crookedly onto it in handwriting that looked straight out of the 1800s. Whatever you do, do not open this door. It's not locked to keep you out. Mara stared at it for a long time. Was it a joke? A leftover from a Halloween-themed Airbnb? She laughed uncomfortably, then went back downstairs. That night, the wind howled hard against the windows. Trees scratched the roof like fingers, but Mara was focused on writing like she hadn't in months, until she heard the first tap, 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 3 knocks coming from above. She paused. It had to be the branches on the roof, right? She ignored it and kept typing. But then again, tap, 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 right over her head, in the attic, behind that red door. Mara didn't sleep well that night. She had dreams of the door, of someone behind it, whispering, crying. She searched the cottage the next morning. Nothing. No signs of animals or pests. But that evening she found something new. Another note, slipped under her door. This one was in the same old-timey handwriting. Please don't come upstairs tonight. It's not safe when it's hungry. She froze. She hadn't told anyone she was staying here, not even posted the address online. That night, the tapping was louder. And it wasn't random anymore. It sounded like knuckles. On the 3rd day, she called the rental agent. No answer. She searched online but found nothing about the cottage, no listing history, no reviews. It was like the place didn't exist. She packed her things, tried to leave, but when she got to the car, the battery was dead. No signal, no tools, and it was getting dark. She returned to the cottage reluctantly. That's when she noticed it. The red door upstairs. One of the nails was missing, just gone, lying on the attic floor like it had been pried loose from the inside, and this time taped over the door saying, "You shouldn't have tried to leave. Now it's awake." That night, the whispering started at 1:13 a.m. Not just noise, but words that read, "Let me out, Mara. I'm cold. Hungry. So hungry." She screamed and ran downstairs, locking herself in the bathroom. She stayed there all night, clutching a metal candle holder as a weapon. At dawn, silence returned. She crept back upstairs, and the red door was wide open. Inside, just darkness. A crawl space that looked too deep for the house's size. It pulsed, breathing. A low, hungry sound from somewhere deep within. On the floor, a new note. "You opened it, Mara. Now it's your turn to feed it." The next day, she tried again to escape, packed a bag and ran into the forest barefoot, frantic. But the trees never ended. The sky stayed gray, and after hours of running, she came back to the cottage from the other side. It looked like the world had looped, and she never left. That night, she didn't hear tapping. What she heard was footsteps, and then she heard breathing behind her. She turned around and saw herself. Another version of her, but the eyes were hollow, mouth stitched into a smile. And it whispered to her, "We all opened the door. Now you stay like the rest of us." And there was darkness. That is how it all ended for Mara. Ironically, the cottage still stands. It is still listed for rent and still waiting for the next writer. If you go, you'll find it exactly the same red door and same warning. And if you listen close, you'll hear tapping from inside, because Mara is still there, feeding it. And if you're wondering how Mara opened the door, so am I. She never touched it. So what exactly happened? Not everything can be explained. And I've made peace with that. It will forever remain a mystery. Until next time, stay away from creepy and lonely cottages.